everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Suyin and today I wanted to bring you a video talking about self-care. And if you follow me on Instagram at Suyin Invest, you will see that I've been posting a little bit about self-care, just questions about it, and also talking a little bit about sleep and how important it is as an aspect of our self-care. So today I want to bring you a video talking about self-care for our finances and how I would actually go about focusing on that for me personally. So I hope you find this interesting, and if you do, remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and comment down below what are some of the things that you do personally for your self-care, for your finances. So let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing that I focus on when it comes to my finances and caring for them is to actually focus on the things that I can control the most. And when it comes to our finances, there are 4 aspects, which is earning, saving, spending, and investing, not in that particular order. When I was first figuring out my finances and what I wanted to do to create great money habits around them is to actually focus on spending and savings, because most directly I can control these and they are the path of least resistance for me personally. So what I did was focus on the savings rate that I wanted to hit, and also because of that I could control my spending, or I could adjust my spending quite easily from that. And then after that, only did I focus on my investments, where I learned how to grow my money pot, and more importantly after that is to actually look at what I could do to grow my income. Because if we don't look at growing our income and our income potential, if we are just working on what we have in savings and investing that money, it is not going to be enough in the long run. So all of this comes hand in hand, but don't stress out about it. Focus on the things that we can control first, and then master them, and then move on to the next step. So yeah, I hope that helps. Okay, so the second thing when it comes to self-care for our finances that I think is super important is how we are thinking and how we are talking to ourselves, so that unkind thoughts, how do I phrase this? Yeah, so I guess what I'm saying essentially is be kind in our own thoughts, especially when we are thinking about ourselves and our finances. It is very easy to get caught into that loop of being really, really harsh on ourselves. And to give you an example, I often find myself criticizing myself about how unproductive I am, how maybe I am not doing enough for my finances, and also what is another thought that I often have? Maybe something like, yeah, why are you so lazy today, Suyin? And why can't you be better? So that is the kind of self-talk that I think it is important to take note of when they are coming into play, and also trying to refocus and reframe where we are actually motivating ourselves with kind thoughts. And an example of this is when I catch myself being negative, I would actually say like, hey Suyin, you're doing a really great job with the amount of time that you are given, and there are some ways that you can improve it, such as by being a bit more, like being more aware of the time I am spending replying comments on Instagram and YouTube, because sometimes that is just a time sucker. So you're doing a great job reaching out to people who have reached out to you, and yeah, if you really want to do better, you can. That's a very roundabout way of saying celebrate the wins and refocus the thoughts to be kinder to ourselves. And that will really make a very big difference when it comes to our finances, because you know, who wants to listen to other people criticize us? And we are often the harshest on ourselves, so that is something to take note of and to care more about when it comes to our self-care. So the final thing that I would recommend when it comes to self-care for our finances is to actually go on financial or money date nights with yourself, or with your partner, or with someone that you really trust. So this concept I got from the Barefoot investor, Scott Pape, and I think it is super interesting and very useful as well, because when it comes to our money and financial journeys, it's going to be a very long journey, and sometimes it can be quite lonely if people around us don't understand what we are trying to achieve and why we are trying to achieve these big goals, right? They are very lofty, and they require a lot of commitment, and sometimes it is very easy to go off track, especially if people around us don't understand what we are trying to do. So a very common example is saving on your food. So when you go out with friends, it's very easy to get carried away to spend a lot more money on drinks and on food than, say, if we were to stay home and cook for ourselves, or to actually go out for a cheaper meal. So it is having these conversations that is important, and let's say we're talking about that monthly or bi-weekly date night, we can actually make it a point to bring out our money conversations and our goals and what we want to achieve and where we are to this person, or just to ourselves if that floats your boat as well. And this enables us to keep track of where we are, and if we are able to incorporate it into our weeks, it gets easier to deal with as time goes by. So yeah, those are my 3 ways I can care for my finances, and I hope you have found it useful. So leave me comments down below on what you are doing right now to care for your own finances, and remember to hit that like button and subscribe down below. I will see you in the next one. Bye!